You're watching Cheery TV.
Howdy, everybody, and welcome to an interesting video. This is an off-the-cuff random thing that I thought of, and now it's mine. I'm taking control. I'm taking ownership of it. It is all mine. It's my thoughts, my ideas, my abilities, and I haven't Googled it, but I'm sure no one else has talked about this. So I am the creator of the Tate's Two Tubes paradox. This is not clickbait. But what does that mean? What does that mean? What is it taste to what is the two tubes paradox? Well, to explain it a little better, I wrote up a quick scenario that I'm going to read to you. And it's on my phone, so you're going to see me looking down a lot while I read it. So let's set the scene a little bit, shall we? Life on Earth. It is precious, and ultimately the goal of a species is to keep itself alive through procreation and self-preservation. Those are two things pretty much built into most creatures. At least in my scenario, we're talking about mammals generally. That's sort of just how it is. But let's take it another step further and a more relatable step, and let's talk about humans specifically. So we're talking about humans, human life. Alright, here's the scenario. You are dying. You can feel your heart giving up on you. And your doctor gives you about 30 minutes to live. You know, enough time for something else to happen in this scenario, but not a whole lot of time. In fact, basically just that much time left. And you're an only child of your parents that were only childs of their parents, and so on and so forth. Basically an endless stream of only children just barely being able to pass down the human genetics that their family carries on. And you're married, but you've yet to have your child. You've yet to have at least one child. So it seems that the family tree is going to stop with you. Your family gene pool is going to be removed from human history. Unless you can find time to have sex and ejaculate and spread your family another generation forward. And let's say in this scenario your wife is with you and they're not like going through menopause or anything that would make it impossible for them to have a child, and they're open for this idea and they want to help you continue your family heritage, which also continues their family heritage. So it's the best of both worlds. So you go to a spot, a very secluded spot. I'm assuming we're in a hospital because there's a doctor helping you. So you're in a secluded spot in the hospital. Maybe it's a closet. Maybe it's a bathroom. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. And you get to work. And it's happening. You're getting it on, but something feels off. You realize something. You have not urinated for hours, possibly even days. It's far too long to count, and all you know is that you need to pee. It's about to be too long. The pee train's coming at you fast, and if you do not pee, basically immediately, you are going to rupture your bladder, and you're going to die. You are already going to die, but you will die faster. You will die at a much quicker time. And you try your best to finish with your wife, but the need to urinate and the determination to ejaculate are basically at odds, at equal odds with each other going through your body. And biologically speaking, only one of these things can happen. It's basically blocked. One side is basically blocked off until the other one is done, and then the other one's free to go. So, one of two things will happen, but you're not sure which one it's going to be. You're either going to pee, whether it's in the corner, in a toilet, or maybe just in your wife. It's that immediate. The pressure of your bladder and the pressure of your natural self-preservation says, I'm about to die right now if I don't piss. So I'm going to take, my body's saying this has to happen. And you pee your last piss. It's coming out, however, it took just too much time. You were not able to continue on with the motions of the ocean, even in the ocean you just created, and your heart gives out, and you die before you can spread your genes to the next generation of life. Or you could finish, whether in the corner, in a toilet, or just inside your wife. Let's go with that last one. That one makes sense. That makes sense. The instinctual pressure to procreate and keep the human species going is what took over in that scenario. And you're able to stick it out as long as you needed to finish. And as you do that, your bladder just cannot hold it in any longer, and it ruptures. Can you die before you can feel either accomplished or know if it was successful? But let's say it probably was. It probably was. One of those two things is going to happen. And it cannot be both. It physically cannot be both, because that's just not how the human body works. But which one would it be? Which part of human instinct takes over for that specific part of your body at that specific scenario? If you are dying and you need to create before you do not live anymore, but in the process of such, you really gotta go, and they're at odds down there, and it's like, hey, you're either gonna die, they're gonna die of this bladder, or you're gonna die later on, and you're not gonna be able to spread your family genetics. One of those two things has to happen down there. And is it based off of instinct? But in this scenario, they're both hitting your body at around the same pace, which is a little unbelievable in the terms of pee, because it takes like days maybe to get there. But let's just say you're so used to it, like it's just been building up in there, and you've been worried about your condition that you just haven't found the time, and you just kind of went blind to it almost. In this scenario, which one happens? Are you gonna pee, or are you gonna come? It's the two tubes paradox. So let me know what you think happens. I'm not sure, honestly. It could be either or. It's kind of just it's an interesting thought. I mean, I would probably say you pee, because your body will take that as the immediate threat to your personal safety. But also, your brain may think that, but will the tubes think that too? Like, if they're both coming with equal pressure, who's to say that it won't just, maybe nothing will come out, maybe both will come out? Who knows? No one knows, because it's not happened before. It is the two tubes paradox. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye now, everyone.